coast to world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Looking to throw, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Yeah, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Prescott on first down. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right, to be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've had to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 114 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. On 2nd down, Tyson, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Tyson, and he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. Prescott now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. On 2nd down now, Tyson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. A gain of 3, second down. Fourth-round guy, and many thought that's about where he would go, but I think he's got some upside, right?
He can come right in and be what they call a core special teams player, play on all 4 phases of it, and have a chance to work his way into the lineup. I think a year or 2 down the road, they could have a solid starter.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Prescott now. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning of that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
On first down, Tyson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, and that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A big play there for the Dolphins. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy to the backfield once. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they finally get him down as he takes it up to the 44. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. Again, it's Elliott. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple plays, this guy's been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
First down, Cowboys. 52. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jerome Baker able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Draw play, Elliott. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And out come the Dolphins now. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester. That's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Tyson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They're going to look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Second and long. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Tyson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Garrett, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Out of his end zone, Prescott in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. Prescott from the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play. Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money. Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along? Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it? I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Well, Prescott here to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it? As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week. Boss man. Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. that's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions. We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll drop to throw. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Garrett. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back to throw. As a general rule, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked
picked off around the 41. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now.